Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel, and more importantly, welcome to 2022. Leave me a comment under this video and let me know how you are feeling this very first day of the new year. For those of us who are highly sensitive, who are empathic, which is going to be most of you who are drawn to this reading, this time of New Year's Eve, then transitioning into the next day, the new year, can be somewhat of an energetically intense period of time. And this is because you are picking up on a lot of collective energies. You are picking up on the excitement, the thrill a lot of people are feeling on New Year's Eve. Potentially even a little bit of a come down from that, but also this kind of motivating push or shift, this kind of clean slate, refresh sort of energy. I hope that you are all feeling really refreshed coming into this new year, and I'm really excited for the future of this really lovely YouTube community we are building here through this channel. And I just want to take a moment to express how deeply grateful I am for each and every one of you who have spent the year or part of the year connecting in here with this channel, sharing your energy here with this community, and being truly a co-creator here along with me. Because if you are someone who is listening to this channel, especially regularly, you aren't just a passive listener, but you are literally co-creating the present and future of this channel with your energy being present here. So with that being said, if you would like me to bring forth specific messages for you and the situation you have in mind, something you need guidance on for this reading, be sure to like this video and also make sure you are subscribed, because by liking and subscribing, you are virtually signaling your energetic presence here on this channel, in this time and space, and I'm able to actually pick up on your energy more clearly. So with that being said, I am going to go ahead and start by shuffling the Energy Oracle Cards deck. I know that was a longer intro than I usually do on my readings, so thank you for bearing with me through that. I felt like I had a little bit to say there with this new year we're shifting into. Also, feel free to set your own intentions for this reading, either out loud to yourself or even in a written comment under this video. My intention for this reading is to bring forth clear messages to twin flames, specifically because there are many twin flames here as part of this channel, but also to anyone who feels drawn to this reading, because I am sensing that we are going to be getting different types of messages through this reading, including, of course, twin flame messages, but also potentially messages for high-level soulmate relationships, certain karmic relationships or cycles that may be being broken out of, and potentially even broader life-related messages as well. By the way, as I was preparing for this reading, the words 7 and golf came out in my love word scramble. Golf as in G-U-L-F. Although I guess the game golf could also connect with someone. Specifically, I heard like Gulf of Mexico or something. So let me know, Gulf side, if that connects with anyone. For those of you who are new here, the Love Word Scramble is a tool I use to channel specific words that are meant to connect with specific individuals in certain ways. Which reminds me to say that this is a collective reading, so I will be channeling general collective messages as well as specific messages for certain individuals. So be sure to always use your own intuition in really determining which messages are for you and which might be meant for others. So what do twin flames listening to this reading need to know at this time? Starting this new year, what do we need to know about going into 2022? Third chakra in the upright position. I simply heard a message that said, be confident in yourself. I keep channeling information about how 2021 was all about laying foundations, about a kind of energetic preparation, potentially for some, even something that looked a bit like a reset. I heard ground zero. So it may feel as though your connection was, wow, the word destroyed came out, but I know that's a very negative connotation type of word. I simply feel as though that's how someone may look at this through their ego's perspective. They may feel as though, I specifically am hearing someone say, I feel like you, speaking to their counterpart or the other person here, destroyed this connection, this relationship, this situation. Of course, this is all very ego-based here, but I'm feeling as though I also heard this actually could be life destruction. And of course, destruction's metaphoric, but also fitting as a word here, because to the person I'm connecting with, it felt like total destruction. It felt like loss, like grieving. Wow, I'm getting just a wave of chills. And what this person needs to know is this person's moving into some kind of endeavor, shift, something new. I'm hearing so many different things. This could be a new phase of life, the leaving of a relationship or starting of a new relationship, the starting of a new business, a new career. I just keep hearing fresh start, starting over, starting something new, something that still feels a bit unfamiliar and at times causes this person to feel like their confidence is being shaken. But I'm hearing here, first of all, you have very strong spirit team support, meaning there are a lot of spiritual beings around you, assisting you, helping you, supporting you, both those who are physical here, in terms of a soul tribe, manifested or rather incarnated soulmates, platonically and romantically, many of whom you haven't met. I'm seeing like you've only met a small sliver of those who are part of your soul tribe here on earth, but I'm hearing there are many more than you realize. But also those who have potentially been relatives who have passed on in your life. I'm hearing specifically from someone that you may have been close to when you were young, who may have passed. I'm hearing this was like your first significant experience with death. This is so specific, but yeah, there's definitely a specific spiritual guide or guiding kind of hand or presence from someone who passed when someone listening to this reading was, I just keep seeing like a small child, so very young, probably like 5 or 6. I feel this was an older relative and someone you had some kind of a meaningful relationship with. And this person's passing represented the first time you really had to grapple with the idea of mortality. However, this person remains strongly present in your energy field. In fact, that is why you've always felt a sort of connection to them, even though they may have passed when you were really young. I know this message is probably just for one person, so bear with me if this isn't your message. But I do want to know what this past relative wants to say to the person that they are present with. What do they want to say? Let's go to the Starseed Oracle for this. I'm hearing, I love you. I've seen you through a lot of pain. But there's something that you need to know, and that's what I feel I'm going to get from this deck. Defenseless, righting past wrongs, uprooting. I'm sorry. Wow. I'm getting this not so much, although this could apply as someone who passed, maybe someone even when you were older in life. Someone passed when you weren't on the best of terms with them and they are coming in with a kind of apology. But for most, I'm feeling that's really not how this card applies. I'm actually feeling this I'm sorry card speaking to, wow, I'm getting such a powerful download right now, but I'm feeling this past relative saying, I'm sorry because I've seen you go through so much pain. I've seen you feel defenseless. I've seen you being completely uprooted. But as this card says, righting past wrongs, I feel that applies really, really intergenerationally, very, very much to your family's lineage. The so-called wrongs you are righting aren't your own. I just keep hearing like sins of the parents, although that's obviously Bible terminology, very like metaphoric. I don't mean that necessarily what your ancestors did was evil, but simply that I feel as though someone comes from a line of people who could have been stuck in certain negative dynamics or patterns, and they couldn't pull themselves out of those patterns. So you were born, came to earth with the intention of breaking free, not just yourself, but your family's line. So I feel this past ancestor coming in to almost say, I'm sorry that I couldn't break out of these patterns in my own lifetime, but you are carrying the torch for our family. I'm sorry that you have had to break out of these cycles that I continue to perpetuate. That's what I'm feeling this person say. Is there any other message here? I know this is all a bit of a side message. Most of you come for twin flame specific messages, and we will be getting into those. Is there any other message here from this person's past relative? All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, trust your gaze within. And I actually see this connecting with that confidence card I pulled earlier with the third chakra. I just keep hearing confidence is your key and also your greatest block, your greatest barrier. If you believe in yourself, if you believe that you can do this, then you can. You are an incredibly powerful spiritual being, a powerful manifester. And I feel as though there is someone here who has struggled a lot, and I'm hearing them say, of course I struggled with confidence and continue to, because wow, I'm about to almost cry a little bit. It's like this person feels like no one ever really believed in them or their vision or their dreams, their abilities. And I kind of feel this person saying, how could I be confident in myself when those around me, even when I was young, who were supposed to believe in me, didn't? And of course, this message won't be for everyone. Only take it if it connects with you. But I'm feeling this person has almost forgotten, in a small sense, just how powerful they are, but they are remembering now. I feel that you are coming into this remembrance of just how powerful of a conscious creator you are in your life, that is what you came here to be, just how capable and talented you are. And you are really being guided to hold on to that newfound self-confidence. Keep remembering who you are and don't forget it. Hold to that newfound knowing. I'm actually going to read a little bit from the Starseed Oracle for this All Paths Lead Home card. So just give me a moment here. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within. In fact, I'm getting this kind of side message here that someone may have found themselves recently feeling more self-doubting than usual or more alone than usual. And I hear guidance coming in to say you intentionally have been placed in a situation of aloneness in order to find that strength and that confidence within yourself for perhaps the first time in your life, to no longer seek out others or relationships or titles in life as a bridge to your inner self-confidence, but to establish it within yourself. And that's going to require of you a lot of courage. Really beautiful messages here. So I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle the cards here and get into what I know many of you have been probably waiting for, which are the twin flame connection specific messages. Although, of course, technically, if you are someone who is on a twin flame path, everything is intertwined. So twin flame connection is very much intertwined with our spiritual awakening, our life path, our mission here on earth, the guidance we receive, not just our relationships. And of course, so many of you know that. I'm going to pull a card from the Moonology deck just because I'm feeling guided here. Communication is key, new moon in Gemini. I'm hearing someone may have Gemini energy here in their birth chart, but alternatively, this is the sign of twins. So I'm feeling this confirming that we are speaking to a twin flame specific connection here. Also, this communication is key card actually fell out in the reverse position. And I'm getting this contradictory energy of someone feeling extremely talkative, but potentially holding themselves back or not communicating as much as they would like to. I heard busyness. So someone feeling busy with things in their life, or potentially with the holidays, could be leading to this feeling of wanting to communicate more, wanting to talk more, but not communicating as much as they would like. Yeah, there's something here about like someone being, they feel really talkative. Like, I have so much I want to say to you. That might even come through in conversation where it's like, I'm hearing once you and this person get going in conversation, it just goes and goes and goes, which of course is extremely natural for twin flames, because when we're speaking to one another, it's like we're manifesting the physical form of that telepathic, energetic communication we are feeling all the time. And it can be extremely exhilarating, and conversations can pick up momentum very quickly. But I do feel someone holding back. So I am going to pull a few cards from the shoebox. These are what I call shoebox messages. They are words, phrases, and sentences that give me a clear idea of what's going on here. So can I get more information on this communication is key card? Telepathy. What did I tell you guys? Part of why this person feels like they have so much to say is because they feel your energy really strongly. I feel like the holidays could have made the person I'm connecting with here be more telepathically communicative with their twin counterpart, because I'm hearing there's something about like being more relaxed, being more open. And when we're in a more relaxed, open state, that's when it's easier for us to both transmit and receive telepathic energy from our twin. Of course, it's always being exchanged, but I mean, it's the times when it's easier for us to consciously recognize that telepathic communication. Even for the twin who is the so-called more matrix-oriented twin flame, or the one we sometimes say is more spiritually asleep or less spiritually conscious. And I feel like that is the twin in this situation, which again is very often the divine masculine. And for those of you who are new to twin flame, the divine masculine and divine feminine labels don't correlate to male or female necessarily. They are just words to describe energy. Social media. Let's not be strangers. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that energy. Thinking of you. Okay, so the message here is really clear. I am definitely picking up on a divine masculine who is feeling extremely talkative in the 5D. I'm hearing you may have even felt this yourself if you are the divine feminine in dreams and just feeling their presence really strongly. I'm hearing actually you may have even heard their conversation to you like in your own mind. And this person is saying with their energy, although I don't think they're saying this all the time with their words, if at all, because again, there's this feeling of holding back, and we'll get into that later. But this person is social media. I feel them either spending more time than usual online, scrolling. I see someone on their phone. So this could be just because they are during the holidays, potentially taking some time off of work or more relaxed, or just have a little bit more free time. But this also could be because they are watching you on social media. You'll know how this applies to you if you are connected with your person in that way. With Let's Not Be Strangers, I do feel that for someone listening, this might just be one person. I feel like your person actually has said something somewhere along the lines of this. I heard in a catch up. So you could have been catching up with them and they said, let's do this again, or let's have this conversation again. That's what I'm picking up from this person. With the Thinking of You card, again, that's pretty obvious here. This person's energy isn't subtle, even if they're trying to be subtle in their words and actions. And I feel like the divine feminine on the other side of this is very aware of how this person is feeling, because of course she is more psychically in tune with energy, with spirituality, with her spiritual gifts. She is very adept at translating energy. It's just that sometimes she doubts what she translates. But I'm hearing that if you've been really feeling your person strongly, but the communication isn't quite there or in place or as much as you would like it to be, you aren't going crazy for what you are feeling telepathically in the 5D right now, because I feel that's been very present for this divine masculine. The words fix, mud, and swimming came out, if that connects with you in any way. So I'm now going to pull a few energy oracle cards to see if I can bring forth any messages about this shift into the new year and what this is bringing for twin flames. What is this shift into the new year bringing for twin flames? By the way, in the extended version, I will be channeling many more messages, including love-related messages from the divine masculine and of course the divine feminine, although there are more divine feminines who are actually listening to these readings than masculines, although we do have some masculines present, and I'm very grateful for the presence of those of you who are divine masculines. But the link to the extended reading is in the pinned comment in description under this video. It's in our beautiful Twin Flame Soul Tribe on Patreon, which, by the way, thank you again to all of you who do support this work and share in that community over on Patreon. So we have walking away, indecision in the reverse. Will you stay? Okay, so I'm getting something very clear from these two cards. Walking away, I'm very much seeing a divine feminine who, in some sense, has walked away from her twin flame connection. Again, in some sense, of course, the way that this shows itself in physical will be very different depending on you and your situation. I'm hearing that for some, this was setting some kind of boundary in the physical when it comes to communication with the divine masculine. This could be literally, I'm hearing delabeling the relationship. So this could be, you know, breaking up in the traditional sense. If they were a couple, this could be physically moving away from him in some sense. Again, this won't apply to everyone. This is kind of just a general energy theme, but I'm seeing her breaking away in some sense from holding so tightly to the relationship aspect of the twin flame connection, right? Because there's the connection that exists in 5D and then the relationship, the interactions in 3D. And I feel like this divine feminine is in place of that fixation on the 3D relationship with her divine masculine. She is rising into this highest version of self, rising to follow her passion, her purpose, to truly focus on herself, to choose herself. Now, of course, this will apply differently for different people. So this doesn't necessarily mean that for twin flames who may be in union or twin flames who are in a relationship, this doesn't mean necessarily that you went through some kind of a breakup. It just means the divine feminine energy is shifting from this fixation on the physical form of the divine masculine and this external relationship, shifting her focus from that to back within herself, giving back to herself, learning to give to herself and to choose herself in a really profound way, in a way that she's never done before. It's a really powerful and beautiful transformation taking place. But then with the indecision card reversed, I'm hearing that for a lot of the collective, it was this, let's just abstractedly call it this walking away of the divine feminine that actually pushed the divine masculine from this either indecision or this stagnant energy, this stuckness in the 3D into a resolve. I'm feeling this resolve still taking place largely internally for the masculine. I heard change of heart, so that might connect with someone. And will you stay? I really hear that coming from the divine masculine. I heard afraid to lose you. There's some energy here of this, and I do feel that I'm kind of recapping 2021 for a lot of people. Again, only take what resonates, but I do feel that I'm doing a little bit of a recap, and then what we are shifting into will be coming shortly. So if that was the energy of 2021, then what are we coming into in 2022? Wow, the temple path in the upright position and man holding a heart in the upright position. I felt this surge in my heart chakra center when I looked at this man holding a heart card, because what I really felt this card saying is a divine masculine opening his heart. And I saw like a plant, a flower that was going into bloom. It was slowly opening itself. It happened very slowly. If you were to fixate on it or to watch it, it would look like it was taking place so slow, but really it was happening in perfect timing, in nature's timing, which is really equivalent to divine timing. And I'm hearing this metaphor applying to the divine masculine in the way in which he is opening his heart, that it isn't happening all at once, but it is happening slowly but surely. I just see someone who's like their fist is clenched so tight, like they're holding on so tight, trying to keep their heart closed, and suddenly just slowly releasing, slowly letting go. And I feel that happening for the masculine. Again, I feel like this is something that's taking place over the course of time. But with the temple path upright, I see things aligning, coming into place, coming into form, meaning going from just being some energy that we feel into some physical reality we can see, we can hold, we can touch. And within twin flame connection, I see this. I heard reset and realignment. So I feel like 2021 was about bringing to the surface everything that wasn't aligned in ourselves or within our twin flame connection, in order to create this kind of resetting effect for ourselves and for our relationship that, again, to the ego, as I said in the beginning, could look like a destruction, like things being torn apart, like things being destroyed. But really this ground zero is a beautiful, clear space upon which we can build this beautiful manifested something with our person or in our life, depending, of course, on our unique soul intentions. In the extended, I will be diving deeper into this man holding a heart card and answering the question, how is the divine masculine opening his heart? And how will this heart chakra opening manifest in this physical twin flame relationship in the months to come? So that information will be in the extended. But for now, I am going to close out this reading with a love message from the divine masculine to the divine feminine. So I'm going to pull a Rumi oracle card for this. I absolutely love this Rumi deck. So what is one message from the divine masculine to the divine feminine? Star Mother Arrakis. And let's read from the guidebook for this card to close out this reading. Be the king who has made his own kingdom. Be the moon that has made her own summits. How much longer will you cuckoo like a pigeon, empty your head of all mortal lusts, and become life without breath? You will not call out for God anymore, for you have become immersed in God. Rumi. What really stood out to me from that poem was, be the king who has made his own kingdom, be the moon which has made her own summit. And that king and moon, I really strongly feel represents the divine masculine and divine feminine respectively. And I felt that poem speaking to the fact that right now it may appear as though a lot of their transformative work in the physical or their healing work may appear to be happening very separately. But I'm also hearing that this is the divine order of things right now, because this is allowing them to truly, as we say, integrate their own inner masculine and inner feminine energies, which sometimes can only be effectively done in certain cases, in a lot of cases, in a kind of physical separation. Because it's through this separation physically that we are able to, or kind of more so pushed to, bridge those gaps within ourselves rather than seeking some kind of external bridge, even through the external form of our twin flame counterpart. So I'm going to close out this reading by pulling a few cards from the Lover's Oracle deck. I haven't used this deck in so long, but I really felt guided to it. freedom. Nothing is stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. Wow, that's really synchronistic because I was speaking about a divine feminine I felt being pushed in some sense in her life to some kind of a positive change or just a powerful inward change that required a lot of newfound confidence. And there's that line, follow it with faith. If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. What beautiful cards to close out this reading. All in all, I really feel these cards speaking to the fact with the line, the path is clear. I see this being like the stage is set, like the ground is cleared. As I was speaking about, the ground has been cleared out through the potentially painful and confusing and yet powerful uprooting of anything in 2021 that was misaligned with our highest path. And now it's like the path is clear. The past is behind you. I see this speaking to the fact that someone may still be holding on to fear that because of certain things that could have happened even between them and their twin in 2021, in the physical, they may be feeling as though, will we be able to move on from the past? Will we be able to let go of the past? And I see this card saying, as we transition from 2021 to 2022, you can fully let go of the pain associated with the past and embrace your bright future, the beautiful future you are consciously creating now. So I feel like that is a really great place to close this reading. In the extended version of this reading, which I will be heading over to next, we will be getting into, again, more in-depth messages on how the Divine Masculine is opening his heart at this time and how this will manifest or show up in the physical in the next few months, as well as, of course, channeling more details for those of you who resonate with this reading and higher self love messages from both the Divine Masculine and Feminine to one another. So all of that information will be linked under this video in the pinned comment and description box. Please do subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet to join our community of conscious, co-creative beings here on YouTube. I hope you have a really beautiful start to your 2022, and I will talk to you again in the next reading video.